Hey guys, how are we all doing? So Dan from Trading with Dan here. If you guys just wouldn't mind smashing the like button, I'd be massively appreciative. And we will now go over to the charts. So yeah, so here we go. 4 hour time frames. So as you can see, I just had the 4 hour Stokes flashed up there. What I was just checking was that these are obviously coming down, whilst price action is still holding above this 9,200 quite nicely, and that's kind of what we're looking for. As we said in this morning's video, we want these 4 hour Stokes to reset basically, come down, and then start to turn around and come back up without Bitcoin losing this 9,200 support. And then if we do that, when the 4 hour Stokes then turn back up again, we may well have the impetus to break through this overhead resistance support, overhead resisting trend line that we've got coming in from here, and then that could catapult us right through the next level of resistance and get us well on our way to this next major one. This is a pretty, as I said this morning, this is a pretty staunch level of resistance, so we could do with a leg up to get through it, because this one is extremely important because it will take us above this high, and at present we've been having high, lower high, lower high, currently lower high, and obviously low, lower low, lower low, lower low, and currently higher low. So if we can basically have this higher low, these higher lows, and get a higher high, which we'll be getting through here, things will start to look very different basically. We'll be out of this descending channel. We'll be well away from the 9,000 level, and we will be obviously creating a higher high. So that is definitely something that we want to be keeping our fingers crossed for. But yeah, so what I'm saying is, this is basically what I think is the Goldilocks scenario move, is that we hold here for our Stokes reset, they start to come back up again, they get us through this trend line, the trend line breaking that gets us through this resistance, and then we have to put in some extra work up at this level to then try and then get through this 9,700 9,000 area resistance, and then then things will start to look as bullish as they, for a break of this break out the top of this box we're in, rectangle box, as they were looking bearish for a breakdown out of this box when we were kind of keep on testing this 9,000 level. So if we have a look at some of the other time frame Stokes, 8 hour, you can see 8 hours getting pretty toppy, so we may end up having that to contend with. 12 hours got plenty of room to run though, and we are clean through this resistance as well. So I can't see that anything as a bullish sign. 12 hours got through that, getting back to the bullish zone, and if you can keep pushing upward, we can really get some upside momentum. Daily turning up as well. You can see we've got that trend line on the daily coming from a very low base as well though, remember, so that gives us plenty of room to run before we start to get exhausted. And then five days down, and then here's the weekly down, still coming down, obviously coming down, ticks weekly, but yeah, so this is kind of my main concern. It may not be everyone's main concern. There are obviously other factors, you can't just look at one thing, but yeah, it is looking like we've got every chance of basically it sounds silly to say it, of breaking out the top of the formation. Here are the dominoes. 4 hour Stokes basically resets, starts to move back up again whilst we're holding 9,200, gets us through this trend line and through here. 12 hour Stokes starts to make some real progress to the upside as well, helps to get us through this 9,800. Everything goes bullish then once we take out this high, and we just catapult through 10k all the way up to 10.5k. There it is. There is my logic. Obviously, the downside is obviously going to be pretty apparent to us. We are only trading at 9,250, so taking that 9,200 to the downside, I would expect us to get down to 9,000 now if obviously if it's not just a wick, if we're closing candles below here, I'd expect it to get down to 9,000, and then I struggle to see us holding 9,000 if we find ourselves down here again, in which case a breakdown to 8,600. Basically that support line, and what will potentially be the rough area of this downward sloping trend line, depending on what date we hit it at. So yeah, but that's a potential reversal point as well. So yeah, so overall, there's no real need to have alarm bells ringing at the moment. It's only if we start to look like we're going to lose this 8,600, then yeah, then things will start to look very dicey. I've noticed a lot of altcoins are having some major pumps as well, which isn't a bad sign for the overall crypto market. What is a bad sign is when Bitcoin dominance is going up and money is coming out of alts into Bitcoin, because then ultimately that money then comes out of Bitcoin. But if money is going into alts, then it just shows that people are, it's like a broadening rally. It's broadening into other basically cryptos. So it is good to see. It is positive to see people are getting in these alts in anticipation of a big Bitcoin move, which will then result in a bigger altcoin move potentially. It doesn't have to be that way, but it has been like that way in the past. Also, I would like to say stock markets have not had their greatest day. But if I just show you, yeah, it kind of looks like the Nasdaq is just rejected a little bit from the top of that trend line that we had drawn in. If you sort of look at it on, like, say a 1 hour chart, yeah, you can see we're getting a bit of a downward move here. We've lost this horizontal level, and realistically, I would have a target of around, well, of this bottom trend line, but I would probably expect us to maybe hit around here, so maybe around 10,200. So at the moment though, Bitcoin is not been dragged down by this move in any notable sense. So that is obviously good for us. If we can be holding up in the face of what is going on with the 4 Stokes on the stock market. So maybe when the stock market then turns back up, if it turns back up anytime soon, then that could be some upward pressure. But just bear in mind though, if we do get much more weakness in the stock market, I do believe that Bitcoin won't really be able to hold up in the face of it. And then yeah, we could indeed be looking at the test for this 8,600. So clear defined levels anyway, really clear defined levels. I mean, you can look for the breakout of this trend line, or to be conservative, you can really just say the top of these wicks, but we're very close then. I mean, they are literally at basically 9,390. This resistance zone is basically 9,000, just over 9,400. Obviously it's not drawn on perfectly where it should be. You have to take a pinch of salt. I can't just state those exact numbers, but yeah, roughly that area is close to it basically. So this is sort of why if we break above here, I think we'll get through here no problem, and then yeah, then we'll probably play out this range a little bit, maybe even back test this as support, and then get like a real good boost up. So that's kind of my thoughts, guys, kind of what I am thinking regarding Bitcoin at the moment. So yeah, if you guys didn't check out my altcoin update video from yesterday, have a look at that. Also, I did a pretty extensive video on a number of stocks, individual stocks. I did that earlier on today to catch up on a few of those I hadn't been going through as much recently. But yeah, so remember guys, this is not financial advice. I'm not a financial advisor. 1 second, let me just have a look at the DMT and Dominator for you guys. Yeah, so you can see DMT went long at this level here, so got up to a nice take profit pretty quickly. That was a nice take profit. That was a level of yeah, nearly 3%, 2.5%. I think it is set at 2.5% actually, so that's a really good move, nice good move up. Dominator obviously got it from this point, and yeah, DMT, the DMT sell line is coming up, currently just under 9,200. So then we will go bearish again. You can kind of see the price action more recently on DMT. We went short here and the market did come down. We went long here, but the market didn't come down at that point. Short up here, the market came down. Long down here the market did go up, short down there the market did come down, long there the market did go up, a bit of messing around here, short there. So you can see DMT is working really well, and we've adjusted how it looks a little bit, so it sort of makes it very clear. We've got the green for when we're in a buy, the red for when we're in a sell. So obviously we can be looking at working buy trades then, sell trades then. So yeah, so that DMT is working well. So right, so that's it guys, that is it for this video. So thanks for listening, and I will speak to you guys on the next one.